The race for the Cup heats up, heading to Hotlanta.
Settle in as we rewind the week with the latest edition of Monday Backspin from PGA TOUR.com.
It's Monday Backspin after a Monday finish. Hey everyone, I'm John Swantek in for Amanda Balionis. 70 players made it to the third FedEx Cup playoff event outside Chicago. 40 were bounced and 30 are bound for Atlanta. And this week's Tour Championship by Coca-Cola, including the man who blew past the leaders outside of the Windy City. With a bogey-free final round 65, Zach Johnson looked refreshed and energized after a couple of weeks off, including a stint as the best man in his brother's wedding near the tournament site in northern Illinois, which included, by the way, a scouting trip to Conway Farms the day before the wedding. I'd say it paid off. The Iowa native stirred up the Midwestern faithful and locked down his 10th career PGA Tour victory with a flawless 6-under par performance, matching the low final round of his career relative to par. Johnson will be one of the favorites this week in Atlanta. He'll also be one of the top 5 seeds who control their own destiny. Any of these gentlemen will win the FedEx Cup with a victory at East Lake. With a tie for 11th in Chicago, Tiger Woods overtakes Henrik Stenson for the number 1 seed. Adam Scott, Johnson, and Matt Kuchar secure those other coveted slots. The biggest move of the week and one of the best stories of the week was produced by Conway Farms member Luke Donald, whose tie for 4th, punctuated by a final round 66, moved the Englishman up 25 spots in the point standings and into the Tour Championship. So Donald surges into the field while Dustin Johnson stumbles in. Despite a 9-over par week, DJ punches the last ticket to Atlanta. He and Donald join Boo Weekley, Brendan DeYoung, and D.A. Points as the last 5 in. Harris English, by the way, first man out, falling short by a mere 26 points. Jim Furyk, meanwhile, will head to Atlanta as the 11th seed after a third-place finish on the leaderboard, but with a much higher distinction in the history books. And Fred Albers from SiriusXM PGA Tour Radio will not soon forget it.
Swanee, it has been a soggy, wet, yet wonderful week in Chicago. You know, it is my kind of town. Of course, we're going to remember Jim Furyk shooting 59. But as much as that magical number, I'm going to remember the 9th green on that Friday afternoon, his 18th hole. Jim Furyk stood in over that putt to shoot 59, and you look around and you saw PGA Tour players, PGA Tour officials, caddies. Everyone came over to witness and, yes, celebrate Jim Furyk's 59. The PGA Tour is as competitive a sports league as there is in the world, and yet they were still able to celebrate a magical moment for one of the fellow players. PGA Tour, one big family on that Friday afternoon. Swanee?
All right, thank you, Fred. It's Tour Championship week in Atlanta, the playoff finale in the race for the FedEx Cup. Top 30 battling to earn the title of season-long champion. Amanda and I are going to set the table for you with a tournament preview. Look for it on PGA TOUR.com Wednesday morning.